the last time executives meeting about 2 weeks ago. Your bro, no man so. Yes, in fact, there were programs so say Monday. They be invited Osofo. Na oni wabekanya ho we meeting. To be a discussing or bibi obeka na wachechere akwan. Nti yebona mane na nyame adaroma wabekanya ho anopai. Nti yensem repeat your meeting agenda for ene nti na ye ma Osofo Papa Awuku-Gyampoh ye ma na kwaba obeka ya ho na ai meeting am sanka me ask po ya ho nti ye ma na kwaba na do the time na ono so e de ni dia ba nti eneno your meeting last year, we came up with an idea. Say, you per se, yeah, baby, a beboa a memon in the form of you be establish baby business. Be a better, be a you be to me also be viable. You be now you sure muno. Isusu say, BBT say, for franchise baby. You share Wawa, you share Dunkin' Donuts, some areas and. A honor focus a call. Yes, is a bar, and you be share muna yadi atumanim, near ya bobo. Near Shakwaya Befa so a bit me a starting. Now, for second one, a conference this year, men's conference, our Worcester. I will start in October. I will say, and shed and do home come yes, it's an opportunity, mine say, you better discuss it. Sunday matitiri we na yaba be discuss nti we are questions bi wo ho a na ya toto na papa so ebe kasa we a na ne ya wono na ebise bisa no nti madam anse
Munsro yo senena yen president ekano ene botaye pantia ye share some say ya program no from last year and aba na ene ade pote pantia ye share no ye ne ye papa Reverend Dr. Awuku-Gyampoh ye nyina ye nimu no say obai asori ye huniema ekoso enyina enti yen susu ne ye emema ye wo efidue mu ha enti na eho behia se ye ne papa hia for the first time na ye ne no di nkomo na ono so ne nimdi a opese ode eboa yen ema memakuo enso ye den egina wo mu nan so na yesu yetimi ye den ye koyanim na ese toso so ono so obaye ono ne vision a owoma asori enkanko na watumi ayeden aboboso akere nti ewia na emema ye hia so se obi wo question bi a ebebusa no so a na ekwan eda ho na yatumi ebusa enti no yensemre no yebe mede kasamu bema yen sofo panyin ono anaye clerk of the presbytery ono akoya so ne say district minister and was sign local Ascension minister enti papa akwaba.
Praise the Lord. Today you have changed your venue. Sometimes change is good. You don't need to always be in a corner. Okay, sometimes feel free. So we are glad that you are here. Mr. President, thank you for the good job you and your executive. God richly bless you. It's a great honor to be here, to be part of your meeting as well. And I'm glad that we're here. Today we want to talk about things that will help us, not just today, but as we enjoy life today, what will become of us in the next 10 years, the next 20 years? Where do we go? How do we plan to be bosses of our own? What are some of the opportunities that we can source as fathers of the home? I keep telling people that I've been very poor before. I've been sacked from the classroom, African style, because I'm owing fees. And by the grace of God, I've been able to complete. So we use those experiences to talk to upcoming leaders, our fathers, our mothers, so they can also plan. Whether it was a mistake or not, for 7 years I was on my first doctorate. I fell into a hand of a very, very, I won't say wicked, but hard marks-giving professor that when you write your page for him or a chapter for him, you take 1 year to get a response. Sometimes I have to bring in a lawyer to say, no, you can't do this to me because I've paid my fees and you must also give me results of what I've written or paid for. So it took me 7 years to get my doctorate in management, and I was learning delays. I was researching on delays in church construction, and my work delayed, and my whole study delayed. So I was like, oh, is it because of the area of my research that my work delayed like that or what? But I've also learned to be patient in delays and learn to wait upon the Lord. So for us as Men's Fellowship today, how do we handle delays when we meet delays in our lives? Do we see it as a curse or we see it as an opportunity? So I told myself that if I tell my children I use 7 years to study and get my doctorate, they will tell me, Daddy, wabon, you are not sharks. Okay. I tried another one, and that one I used 3 years to finish the second doctorate. I said, no, even 3 years is too much for me. Then I tried another one, and I used 2 years to finish my third doctorate. So the first doctorate is in management. The second doctorate is in marketing management. The third doctorate is in theology. And so, having gone through this process, one thing that I kept on encouraging myself is, how then do I use all that I have to give people employment? How do I use what I have to make people's life easier for them? And that is why we are here. This kind of consultation is done, and people take money for doing this consultation. But you are my fathers, you are my senior brothers, and so I pray that the Lord will use us to bless our own church. Proverbs chapter 10, verse 6, or let's go to verse 4. Proverbs 10, verse 4. Nailed it clearly that lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth. And that is the NIV. Lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth. The good news Bible says that being lazy will make you poor, but hard work will make you rich. And I see this as very, very important because the proverb emphasizes the moral and practical consequences of laziness versus diligence. But again, my research, I realized that some are not lazy. No, they are not lazy. They are doing everything. They work 24/7, yet they still have difficulties in their finances. The Hebrew wisdom literature says that wealth is often portrayed as a reward for what? Faithful stewardship. That when someone is very affluent, we say the person is so hardworking. But must that be used as a yardstick for every human being, that if you are not financially sound, we say you are not hardworking? No. Again, I don't see that as being it, but it's because we don't get the right directions. I've seen people that have lived abroad, very good lives, and they decided to retire to Ghana, and their life has turned around. Their life has turned around. Families don't want to see their faces again because what the person gives them is no longer coming again. Mr. President, I have outlined about 30 businesses that we can look at if we would want to invest into something. As a Ghanaian, as an African, when somebody calls me and tells me to send them money, I only tell them, you are not ready to receive money. Because if I give you money today, the money will finish. But if you tell me to just show you what to do to sustain your life, I'll keep telling you those things. I'll keep showing you those things. And I'm glad that the church as a whole, several churches have begun doing this, especially the charismatic churches. They have built conferences, they have built homes, orphanages, they have built hostels, universities, and those are private owned. And they are getting something out of it. Let's go to the slides. Let's use the slides. Let me go in one by one of the opportunities that the Lord has given us. The first slide is to look at affordable housing. This will apply to Ghana. Real estate apply to Ghana. But here, we also have another good opportunity about that. There are some people that we've spoken to who are making millions in a year. Over here, if you want to enter into this real estate business, it can be yourself, or it can be 2 or 3 people coming together. You buy the property, you work on the property, you place it on the market, you check the cost price of the product you bought, and then how much you have put into the renovation. You check the area and the amount that is supposed to cost, you put it on the market, and I'm telling you, they are making money. And one area that you can look into that is for foreclosing houses. Those are very, very cheap ones that you can get them, but they're very sound because the bank wants to get their money quick, because others have not been able to be faithful to their mortgages. And so you can do that. And if you want to do this, you can sit down more to look at how you can enter into the real estate business and be very, very affluent and help your family and the church as well. Again, in Ghana, this is a big-time business. It's a big-time business. The first land I bought it at 1,000. The first land I bought at 1,000. Today, that land goes for 150,000. 10 years ago, before I left Ghana for Australia, they came to me, Papa, this land is ABC. I said, how much? So 10,000. Today, that same house is 200,000. That same one plot. So if at the time you bought 10, that's 100,000. And today one is selling us 200,000. The whole 10 plots will be 100,000. And now you're selling times 2 of even all of them put together is one price times 2. And so you can also enter into lands. If you want to do that in Africa, get them at the appropriate source, do your search, make sure you register the land, and then in no time, you also be selling them. Or you can also have your own real estate business. You have the land, wait for some time, build the houses, and then you sell them again. In fact, my research shows that is the number one in Ghana at the moment. At the moment in Ghana, real estate is the number one, especially in the urban areas, this stand out very clearly. Because the time is coming, you cannot be working for someone again. You have to be on your own to be gaining the profit. The number two is a recent search. The number two is a recent search of commercial, that will say, lavatory, commercial lavatory, and that is a commercial toilet facility. And you could tell, research shows that only 25% of our national population has access to improved and private sanitation facility, which means that 75% do not have. 75%. And those of you who have lived in compound houses and all, what have you, you know, you go to the aluta and all that. And this is a refined way people are making it. Some are movable. Others, you know, this time people spend so much money for funerals and other things, and they do not have these commercial areas. You can just buy about 3 and then begin a business. These are things people don't really look into them, but I tell you, you're going to get a lot of returns. And not only that, you're also serving your community. Again, you can even build. Get a land, you know, go through the assembly or the municipal, get the land and build something. You can just build, you know, 3 for female, 4 for male, or the other way around. Just get about 7 or 6 of the toilet facility and get the reliable person, monitor it. I'm telling you, you'll be going to Ghana in first class, in business class, because you don't need to spend any money again. The business you are doing will just pay it off for you. Just pay it off for you. You got to live very well from today, because God is going to give you the vision to do something. The number 3 is the area of Dr. Opoku, and he will attest to the fact. Pharmacies. You know, pharmacies or stores that would sell products. You have to go through the right procedure. You have to make sure you get the license, you get the space before they will check the sanitation, they will check and give you the license. Once you have the license and the right spot you have your shop, hey, you're going to get money. You're going to be a billionaire. You're going to harvest it, and it's going to work for you. So how do we plan, especially those of us who want to go back to Africa, those of us who want to go and invest in our country called Africa, or our nation, Africa as a continent? This is another area. One of my cousins is doing this, and I'm telling you, he's now the boss. He's now the boss. I pray that God will open our eyes. God will give us the grace to go and be CEOs and employ people to the glory of God. So when you have the pharmacies, what again can you add to that? Let's see healthcare clinics. And this can be also done here in America. And I'm telling you, I know a few of my colleagues that are into the healthcare clinics. When you're talking to them, they're talking about billions. They're talking about billions. They're not talking about millions. They're talking about billions. I say, if you're talking to me, know that you're talking to your consultant. Keep quiet. But I'm telling you, hey, the cars they're using actually is cash. Because they have established the home care, and you know health services in America is sorted after. And you can begin this. At the moment, the license for New York and New Jersey is not available at the moment. But like Pennsylvania, Florida, Massachusetts, those licenses, they are still issuing licenses. And then you can do that. You can open your own home care and employ people to work for you. And you be the CEO, you be at home, only be sitting behind the computer, and they'll be putting in. We have most of our people doing nursing. The question is, are we doing the nursing to always go for night shifts, always leave our children at home and go, or we want to spend some time with our family as well? If you want to do that, then I want to tell you, there is an untapped area, which is the healthcare clinics that you can own yourself. You can do that yourself. All you need is about just $100,000 as evidence. If you don't have it now, you can just take a loan and then have that as evidence, because that's the first 6 months. You'll be putting yourself into that. And after that, After that, I'm telling you, when you have the license, within the next 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, I'm telling you, you'll be seeing the glory of God. The next one is to come to our area. You know, growing up, most of us did agriculture. Most of us. Your grandparents were having animal farms. They were having fowls in the house, goats, sheep. You know that. So let's go and look at agriculture, the animal and the crop farming. Very important area. Even here in America, the agriculture sector is taking so much of our money. And if you don't want to go back to Africa, you can do agriculture here. You can do it here. It's possible. The government is ready to give you capital to begin some farming. So let's look at very lucrative farming that you can do. And this is a research that has shown that these areas are untapped areas. And we can look at it. It applies to Africa. It applies to this place. Number one is poultry. Poultry is keeping the animal for their eggs and their meat, keeping the fowl for their eggs and their meat. And when you go to Ghana, for example, domestic demand for broiler they are not able to even meet 100%. They are meeting just between 21 and 2 and 13%, not even 14%. They don't even get to 15%. The people that need the broilers, we are not even able to get to 20% of the demand. So this area is very good. Within just 3 months, 6 months, 7 months, you'll be making your money. Those who have been going into the broiler is the one that cannot give eggs, especially the male part. And again, look at the layers. How many of us took egg this morning? I saw eggs there and I saw the way, we're taking egg. Egg is good. Egg is good. Very, very good. Egg is very good. It's good to take some. Research shows that you have to take it every day because of the protein nature of it. However, do not be unaware of the cholesterol level, and so you have to also make sure you consult your dietitian. Don't take this as a dietitian's advice, but consult your dietitian and make sure it's good for you. The egg demand of Ghana, we are not able to meet it at all. And if you have love for animals, you can enter into layers and you'll be collecting eggs like that. This is another area that when we were growing up, we thought it's for the poor people. But listen, Komadako and Co., Komadako Farms, God has blessed them. And now, regardless of your political party, forgive me, the current government is ready to support people who want to enter into poultry. And I'm sure it's a good initiative. And I've followed a few of them. They are making a lot of progress. John DeMello, Honorable John DeMello is also into that. I also wagon. He's into poultry and he's making a lot of inroads. And many others, your gentle farmer, Ababio, and many others are doing a wonderful job there. Number 2, in fact, this has even been discovered by the Presbyterian Church of Ghana, the cassava farming. The Presbyterian Church of Ghana has seen this. I made a presentation for the Western and the Volta Presbytery, and we all came to a conclusion that cassava is now on a demand, right? Cassava accounts for 32% of Ghana's GDP, agriculture GDP. Cassava accounts for 22%. So if it's 100 and cassava alone is taking just a quarter of it, that should tell you that we need people to plant them on a large scale. Remember that you can also do that and also export it. Look at the cassava products, the gari, and many others. And even some countries, they even take the cassava leaves. They take the cassava leaves. They are also on demand. And if you are into animal production, you also have to research on how to convert the cassava leaves into becoming feed for the your ruminant or non-ruminating animals. The next one has to do with your corn or your maize. It's also another beautiful area. Yes, the consumption share. Maize account for 50 to 60% of total cereal production in Ghana and represent 43.2% of total grain consumption valued, especially in the year 2020, just recently, 43.2%, the maize alone. And this is going to increase because a lot of people are into animal husbandry, either the ruminating or the poultry, and they'll be needing the maize more to do that. It wasn't there until recently. You see a lot of people getting into poultry, and that would mean that there's going to be so much demand. Those of you who did economics, and you know that the more the people demand, the supply is also to equate the level. If it's not able to equate, then it becomes inelastic, and that is going to be a problem in the near future if you don't get more people to get into the maize production in Ghana. Even here in America, let us not rely in Ghana alone. Even here in America, maize is on high demand. High demand. You can Google it and check it and see those who are doing it. If you are going to Pennsylvania, you see them planting them there. And they use machines. Once you are ready to do this, I'm telling you, God will bless you. The next one is also on a very good area called plantation, the plantain. You know, the production volume, over 4.1 million metric tons produced in the year 2018. The second to be produced globally, second highly produced or highly cultivated area. And the nutritional share, the plantain contains or supplies almost 9.5% of the total intake of Ghanaians. One thing that we need to know is that if you are entering into this kind of business, you must have your market. If you don't have your market there, because at the time it gets ready for harvest and its ripening moment is very close. Again, I tried to find out more about plantain. If you want to get into plantain, what other thing you can do? And then I realized that plantain chips is also highly consumed, especially the ripe one. And you can produce this and go to any shop in America and you see ripe plantain chips. When you go there, you see them. You start to look at the prices. In our country, we got a good soil to do this. Even any of us here, regardless of where your land is in Ghana, you just put plantain there. And within a year, you see that plantain bringing in great produce. The Lord has blessed us. You can enter into that, and the Lord will also bless you. The next one is a girl. It's a girl because we are not able to do that. The next one is snail farming. Snail farming. If you don't like snail, forgive me. But those who love snail, you see that sometimes it's so scarce you don't even get it. When you go to the market, they will count the snail for you. 1, 2, 3. And they will tell you this is on a very large scale. Because supply gap, Ghana consumes over 15,000 tons of snail annually. But locally, we meet less than 25%. We meet less than 25%. I pray that the Lord will help us. And we also have to import them. And if you do snail farming, you can also import them to different parts of the world as well. So domestically, they demand it. Internationally, they also demand the snail. We have some types of snails, so make sure you take this is the right one. I mean, from my perspective, this is the right type, and we have the other types as well. I don't like the other types. This is what I like. Sorry if you don't like this one too. The next one is another beautiful area. Very expensive. Very expensive. Grass cutter farming. Grass cutter farming. I have a small grass cutter farming. And, sometimes when they deliver about 6. And in no time, you get a lot of them. They are sold in colonies. Those who did agriculture, I don't want to go deeper into the agricultural terms, but they are sold in colonies, right? The colonies will be made of sometimes 3 female, 1 male. Depends on your location. And people are taking this. I know some WO1, some police officers, some doctors who have completed their jobs and they are into this. Some teachers and they're into this. And I'm telling you, it's money. And it doesn't take so much space to have grass cutters. And those of you who know grass cutter, even with all humility, they are droppings. It's a whole... I'm telling you, these are areas we don't look at them. But people are making cutter in Ghana. You can, before you get it. A friend contacted me, so I contacted one of the buyers, and he said, Osofo, I'm sorry, I have a lot of lists in the waiting. If you can give me some time before I even put you in the queue. I said, boy, I want to buy grass cutter. You are telling me there are others in the queue. I'm not even coming to the queue. I should wait. And then you put my friend in the queue. I am praying. May God give us that grace. In Ghana, God has blessed you. You have built a house. You have a corner. You have walled the house. Your backyard alone. You can get the pen and get these animals inside. And once there's a caretaker in the house, that caretaker should not just enjoy the room, but must begin. And of course, if you want somebody to go through this, we have people we can let them go through the training. Let them go through the training. And that will be a good thing for you. The next one is the rabbit farming. A rabbit has a lot of functions that we do use them for. Their hair and many, many others for that. And rabbit is also easy to take care of them. And then they also produce very fast. Very, 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 very fast. You can have this one. The increasing demand of meat from this rabbit is so overwhelming. And I'm praying that God grants us the peace to do this. When you read Proverbs chapter 14, verse 23, it said, all hard work brings a profit, but mere talk leads only to poverty. Proverbs 14:23. All hard work brings a profit, but mere talk leads only to poverty. It is my prayer that God will give us the grace to work hard. God will give us the grace that we put our ideas together to get this. And to the glory of God, this will be. And now rabbits, we have those doing the kebab. Please, they have been using rabbit. They can buy the goat. They'll tell you this is good. This is, because they put in those things. They put you think you are chewing goat. A chewing rabbit. I'm telling you, because the rabbit is very easy to produce and all that. I'll come to goat farming. Goat farming now, we are buying goat farming in thousands. Goat friend is saying, meat in thousands. So this one they have been using for kebabs, and of course, it tastes so good. It tastes so good. The next one is guinea fowl. Guinea fowl. They make a lot of noise, so don't bring them to your house. Usually get a farm. They make so much noise. They are good people, but they are very stubborn. Let me salute Papa Sidun Ketia. If you visit Honorable Sidun Ketia's farm, you love it. And all those politicians are into farming, but they will not tell you. The farm, you see the guinea fowls, plenty. And please, the meat of the guinea fowl It's on high demand because of the less fat. There's no fat in them. And so they really love, they love the guinea fowl. When you go to the market and you want to go and buy guinea fowl, it's expensive. Very expensive. But you can also have them on a free range. Free range is where you allow them to move, but at least you can barricade the area to some extent that they will not fly away and leave you. And if you want to get into this, you may have to get training so that they will not leave you. They are stubborn. When they see you disturb them, they will go far away and go and lay eggs there. And it's difficult to locate their eggs if you don't monitor them. I've taken guinea fowl for a while and they are good. Research also shows that they don't hatch the eggs themselves. So you can also do more into that. They don't hatch the eggs themselves. Another one is to do with coconut farming. Coconut is so sweet. And if you go to those shops, you see coconut, they package them very well. And they sell them. And coconut water is very good and medicinal. I'm not here on a medical ground, but just to let you know that if you decide to go back to Ghana, maybe retire in the next 5 years, then this is the time to have a plant of coconut. And as when I was in Kofodia, they gave me a space, and then I planted coconut there. Hey! Now that coconut, come and see how people are galloping and grabbing the coconut and all that. So I was asking them, you had this land many years ago. Why didn't you put that there? And if all congregations in Ghana, those that have spaces, will just plant about 4 trees. I mean, we have the dwarf ones, not the long ones, the dwarf ones. I mean, some are very sweet. The green ones, sometimes the water is so many and it's not so sweet. Let me not spoil someone's market. My preferred one is the yellow one. So sweet. The water inside is very sweet. And once you have the grace to do that, please go ahead and do that. So Ghana is a leading coconut producer in Africa and ranks the 12th globally. So globally, Ghana is a 12th ranking position in coconut production. Approximately 504K metric tons. We do that annually. And then coconut industry generates substantial revenue, roughly 6.3 million from fresh coconuts and 6 million from processed coconut products over the recent period. And just imagine, 6.3 million from coconut. And these are things we don't really think about them. But I'm telling you, if you got family acre of land, just sit down with them and go through that. And this will be, for years, you'll be harvesting this. Another area. This is fast money. Fast. Piggery. Very fast. And I mean very fast. You can just start with 3 of the female. And then when it's time, just bring 1 for crossing. And you just cross. And in a year, you can get them giving you different types of, and some can give up to 10 and 15 of them. 10 and 15 of them. Piggery is another great area that we look into that. Go to our shops here, our meat shops in what do you call it? Even in America here, the sausage we have been eating and all that, Charlie, they be pig. And now we even have pig barbecue. Pig barbecue. Because research has shown that the fat is really not a problem, but too much taking of it will give you that problem. If you're planning something for your retirement, or not really waiting for your retirement, if you want some extra money, enter into piggery. And I'm telling you, with the right training, sometimes you'll just be sleeping. You'll be getting money. Aside from that, as of November, T-bill, Treasury bill, stood at 30%. And most of my clients, I just call them and I say, look, whatever money you have, let me show you where to put the money. Gracefully. We got some people, they said, oh, Papa, I have $100,000. I have this, okay. I said, you know what? If you have $100,000 and you take it to Ghana right now, it's going to be 150,000, 1.5 million. That 1.5 million, put it there for 1 year. When you put that money there for 1 year, that was November, 30%. So if you put 1 million there, you're going to get 300,000. And that was, if you put 100,000 there, within 12 months, it wasn't even 12 months, within 11 months, you're going to get $30,000. Your money is just sitting down. Put your money there. 11 months. They should give you $30,000. Don't you like it? And I'm telling you that those that put there, the other day, someone came to Papa, they go, hey, where's Papa? Wabuamio. Wait. See, until you avail yourself that you want to do something, your money will be sitting down and you will not get the profit. Assuming you are here now, your money that is sitting down, and then the government says that your money has sat down for a while, I want to give you $30,000. Who will say no? Then I'll come and take it. They're just ready for you. Unfortunately, the market is not good now, but it's still not a problem. Now it is, if you want to do 1 year, it's 13%. If you want to do 3 months, it's 10%. If you want to do 180 days, it's about 11%. It's still not bad. The dollar is rising now. At the moment, the dollar to the equation is $1 is equal to 11.45 Ghana cedi. It means that it's going to grow. There's no physical evidence of retaining the dollar. We are not praying for the dollar to go, but as business persons, we are studying it and saying that just hold on for a while. Within the next 6 months, getting to December, they will spark again. If you have any money, wait. Wherever it's going to, break it and push it into the investment there. The next one is the goat. Goat business is a beautiful one. Goat business is a beautiful one. Goat business is a beautiful one that you can also get into it. A lot of people are into goat business and it's giving them so much profit. I pray that you do that. The next 5 minutes, I'm going to talk to you about vegetables. And almost every home has vegetables. So just flip them through. The first one, yes, this is the first one, tomatoes. Next one. The next one, onion. It's also another area. The next one, habanero, the chili. Very, very powerful. People don't look at them. Next one, the bell pepper. The bell pepper. The green pepper, bell pepper. Bell pepper. The next one is the garden eggs. Beautiful garden eggs, African eggplant. So much profit. The next one, okra. You have all year round manufacture. All year round, you'll be harvesting okra. Now, okra. Look at cabbage. The next one is cabbage. The next one is cabbage. They are also very on high demand. The next one is cocoyam leaf. The kotomre is so great and very nutritious as well. The palava sauce. Also look at the jute mallow. So the ayoyo, they call it the ayoyo. The ayoyo is also on high demand. Then we have the indigenous, the bitter leaf and whatnot. Then the last part will be, you can get into agribusiness. So after doing all these things, how do you preserve? How do you process? When I was in school, when we were in Legon, we started the business of buying the maize when they are in season, storing them for about 3 months. When they are out of season, getting them on the market. Just within 3 months, you'll be counting. Just simple business. Put them, store them, and you go. So agribusiness is another area that's coming. You just add value to what the market women cannot preserve. Just preserve it for a moment, and then you'll be making great inroads. So thank you very much for this time. We can talk, but I'm glad that at least you have these areas that will help you to also make a decision if you want to begin any business, just come, let's talk. We'll refer you to those who have done them, and they will also be in the position to help you. At this time, Mr. Chairman, sir, I want to thank you for the opportunity. Today I used it to brief you on things that you want to do. But again, I want to tell you that as Men's Fellowship, you have our support. And plan programs. It is the program that you plan that will motivate people to come for meetings. I'm telling you. It's the programs. The package. What is in the program that we are coming to do? And when you have packaged your program well, the person will cancel the shift and come for our program, because they know that as they are coming, because when they come today, they are looking at what they got today. And so they would want to come another time for our meetings as well. And we are always ready to direct you and to help you. So just in 2 minutes, what can you do to add money to the group? Number one, we know we all love African stuff. We can just order plantain, and then on a Sunday, once in a month, the plantain will come. We make advert, and I'm telling you, the plantain will just come. All you do is just stand there and collect your money, and people will be getting all those things. President is saying time is up. I'm telling you what, you get money. He said time is up. Then you can also get yam. The yam, people love yam. You can also let them bring the yam. And then once a month, people will just come and take the yam. You get your money. That pretty much, the $10 you're paying for a month, you get more money to be added to your group, and it will be well with you. May the Lord bless you in the name of Jesus the Christ. Amen.
Yo, Papa, Yami Israel, Pa. I didn't catch you, Papa. Papa, Yami Israel. I'm saying, Papa, I can't Niama Bibre for what Opesa investment over Chromaha, and then what Opesa investment back home in Ghana. And emu bebree em say na or a whole lot to mention, but em say yem renting na yen to me enkoso. So if you have plans to invest in Ghana as you retire, or as you plan to retire, these are some of the areas that you can go into. You know, less stress. I mean, you get people to do the work, and then you manage it. You stay behind it. Papa, thank you. If you want to also go into some of these investments, you can also do it in this country also. Papa also touched on the fact that as Men Fellowship, we need to be organizing programs that are interesting, that would really let people come for the meeting, instead of probably coming here and if people don't see the value of the meeting, they will not show up. Papa, thank you, Nyame Insha. We hope that moving forward we'll find a day and then probably organize this better, and then bring more, in fact, entire church. I happen to be the district coordinator for social and development, so we'll figure it out and then see if we can do something like that. Thank you. Yo, Abusianfo, near President Kahon Assem earlier, a conference at Basso. Conference no Basso na say ayana Ascension, ayana your presence a hardwing young cop, and you know your best say mama ya boy yamanie entem October 24th to October 26th. Enti mama yamfanto yan calendar so na yan preparation